Yo, One Piece, chapter 1113, titled Stalemate. No intro today. It's been a week. Last week, the Gorosei surrounded the allies, gone to position, and now I'm feeling it. We're getting to the finale of Egghead. These might be the final little matchups. We'll see how the fights actually go. I don't expect any of the Gorosei to be taken down, in Egghead anyway, but maybe Saturn. We'll see if maybe we get one win out of it. But let's get right into this chapter. I'm seeing a beautiful color page. The king is a fighting piece? The king is a fighting piece. Ooh, I kind of fuck with that that slogan though. The king is a fighting piece. Oh, I'm really seeing the vibe here. It's Robin playing chess. Oh, this is great. With Luffy as the king in his Gear 5 form, Nami's the queen, Usopp's a bishop, Brook is a bishop, Jinbei's a rook, Frankie's a rook, obviously. We got all these chopper pawns, and then we have Zoro and Sanji as knights, as the horse pieces. That is amazing. That is a fantastic concept for a color page. Zoro on the black horse, Sanji on the white horse. I love that Luffy's in his Gear 5 form, just like Joy Boy is like the mascot now for One Piece. I'm sorry, Chopper. There's a lot of you here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Although they're numbered up to 16 though. I don't think the other guys have numbers. But I don't know what Luffy's like. He's got like a red sword on his back, which is interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. Anyway, let's move on to the chapter. There was also I don't usually read the Oda notes. I might start, to be fair. Like, I don't know why I don't. Usually they don't have anything interesting to say. I mean, here, isn't Seijo Ishin Supermarket great? They have the best Kazuchi cheese snacks around, and all sorts of roasted sweet potatoes. Oh, and kimchi too. You know, Oda, I'm glad you're living life, glad you're having fun, but I'm sorry, I don't really care. But last week, though, Oda said he was going to put his all into it. You know what? Let me just quickly read last week, so I don't want to paraphrase it. What did he say? He said, "Thank you for waiting through my break. That was just what I needed in terms of maintenance. I'm going to go all out now." Now, if this man hasn't been going all out for the past, like, 2 years, I need more than that. Honestly, he's been going all out since the end of Wano, for sure. Then I don't know what he's doing, because he's going crazy right now. Anyway, the mind of a genius, of course. Marcus Mars went up to Punk Records, and people are saying, I saw theories on, like, is it a Vegapunk clone? Is it the real Stella? Is the current Stella just a clone of the real body? And the Stella we know, it's not that his head was actually cut off. The real body still has the brain attached, which would make sense. It's like that's odd for you to cut off the brain part and then like stuff to be still. I don't know, but it is weird. Other people are saying maybe brain in a jar type thing. Definitely could see that, but whatever it was, Marcus Mars reacted to it. The world's largest brain, Punk Records. I'm guessing it's Marcus Mars saying that. And then the message continues from Vegapunk. Now then, while my coffee could use more time to cool, it's probably safe to assume that we've given people sufficient time to set up their video transponder snails. T-minus 30 seconds, Stella. I'm getting nervous. We'll be broadcasting to the entire world. It continues to live even after your death. Is this your true self, Vegapunk? So the Stella body that we know of seems to be just like Atlas, or rather just like just like O1. How am I forgetting his name? Basically the other clones that died, right? The Stella dying doesn't really change the fact that Vegapunk is still alive. So I'm about to see this double page spread. What is it? It is, okay, it's just the top of his head. It is straight up just the top of his head. And I mean, it is massive. That is a unless it's attached to some kind of body. We just see the top of the head. And it technically is a brain in a jar, but the brain is inside the skull, which is inside a jar, right? Then again, what is death to something like this? Is your consciousness even housed here? That's some massive machinery at work. But I mean, this is Vegapunk. We've seen Punk Hazard. Crazy place, right? Indeed, this footage will eventually reach the entire world. I take pride in that connection, but sharing this is also a great burden. So there is that triangular Den Mushi that Stussy was talking about, or was it York? York was talking about it. Is up there, just on the ground, and what Marcus is about to step on it. Is that Mary, dude? No way! You don't have one, Kaya-san. No way! You don't have one, Kaya-san? We thought you'd be the only person in the village who would. Oh, these are like villagers coming to Kaya's mansion to see if she has a video transponder. Do you realize how big a video transponder snail? Listen, my reading was dog shit last week. Let me focus this week. No way! You don't have one, Kaya-san? We thought you'd be the only person in the village who would. Do you realize how big video transponder snails are? Says Mary. Is it, yeah, it's the kids. It's onion, pepper, and carrot. Oh, look at them, dude. Oh, I like Kaya's fit. Short hair. Loving it. It's rather larger than your average house pet. Now, allow me to fetch the tea. Dr. Vegapunk is a legend in the medical field too, you know. I know all about it. As if you're a big liar. Peeman, Ninjin, you should take Dr. Vegapunk's research more seriously. Pepper, carrot. Come on now, says Onion, of course, the smartest one. We're getting a little more of Around the World just before the message is about to go out. Now, the problem is Marcus Mars is there. And if he takes out this transponder snail, is that really the only method that this video is going to be broadcast to the world? I doubt it. I very much doubt it, but we will see. Maybe it'll be destroyed, then Stussy has to redirect the connection or something. We'll see. Or Mars will think that he did do it, and then actually the message goes through. It'll be starting shortly. Twin Cape. We got Laboon and boy Crocus. The futuristic island of Baltimore. Vegapunk's hometown, of course, where Frankie was during Subodhi. You mean he was really born here? You betcha. He is Baltimore's pride and joy. Wasn't he responsible for the nightmare of Baltimore? No, that was Frankie. I heard he's turned himself into a ship now. Okay, now listen. He hasn't yet, but that feels like foreshadowing. How many years has it been now, Vegapunk? Birdie Kingdom, where Chopper studied, indeed. Seems it's about the island where Tanukichi is. Wah! A king of modern science, but his smarts have also been used to make many weapons. So Baltimore has the video transponder. Do these guys have the video transponder? No, I think they're just listening in. Which would make sense. Although they have giant birds, they could have giant snails. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. Hachinosu, the pirate island, New World. Quiet down, you scallywags. That Vega fellow's gonna speak. So what? You crossed me earlier. I ain't letting that slide just to listen to some old fossil, matey. I thought that was Blackbeard for a second on the left, but no, it's just a regular old guy. Can you hear me? Egghead, New World. Testing. Testing. I mean, he gave people a lot of time, 10 minutes, right? This is Vegapunk. Attention, world. An ordinary transponder snail. That means that this is no mere hiding place, then. You wanted to fool me with a decoy. So, of course, like I said, Mars destroying this triangular transponder snail, but no. Dude, it's just on the ground. It's not even connected to anything. Mars, are you ridiculously dumb, dude? What did you think? You really thought he was that kind of magical man? But that means, does that mean York tricked him? York was in on it too? York wants the message to go through? Curse you, Vegapunk! Hello out there. Stella, we already had an introduction when you did the signal jacking part. I know that. Fine then, we'll get started. Without further ado. So stalemate is the title. I'm actually usually the title doesn't come to my mind, but this time it did. Stalemate. Are the Gorosei in a stalemate? All right, let's hear it already. Who knows what's coming? We got the Long Arm Tribe. I forget what the island is called. That's like the Chinese island. Like Wano is the Japanese island. That's the Chinese island that Apu comes from. What's up? A very important man is making an announcement. Just go back to bed, dear. That teepee town with the mountains, we've seen that before. I think I remember around the world, that bald dude that kind of looked like Scopper was, I think, there. But I don't know if we know what that is. It hasn't stopped yet. Oh, Mars is using his telekinesis to tell the Gorosei. It hasn't stopped yet. Mars. Oh no, someone's saying this to him. It hasn't stopped yet. Mars, what are you doing? My apologies. That wretched Vegapunk. He was much more cautious than we gave him credit for. Yeah, why the fuck wouldn't you think Vegapunk is cautious, dude? He's dealing with the Gorosei. He's dealing with the government, dude. He knows how powerful the government is, especially after reading all the books about the Void Century. Come on now. There is currently no stopping the broadcast. It's impossible to determine how much he actually knows or what he intends to say now. But York told us he wishes to carry the torch of the O'Haran scholars. It's impossible to know how much he actually knows or what he intends to say. This won't be a repeat of Clover. He means to finish with what O'Hara has started. And we see the reactions of all the Gorosei. We have Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, Venus, Jura, and a little panel of Clover being shot. Even though he was not broadcasting to the world, he was simply going to say the truth out loud. But now the truth is going to be spread to every single person on the earth of One Piece. Vegapunk! Did you hear that? It was a sweet girl crying out. Bonnie-chan needs me. Sanji running with the Stella body. What is that? People did say last chapter Sanji is headed on his way to Gandhi, to Venus. What is that thing? It's huge. Jewelry Bonnie, we will not surrender our military might to you. Get back, Bonnie. Out of the way, Frankie. Huh? If anyone's gonna pull off an impressive rescue... Oh no, it's Sanji. No way! Out of the way, Frankie. Huh? If anyone's gonna pull off an impressive rescue of Bonnie, it'll be me! Damn. Sanji, the first one to strike Venus, dude. It wasn't Zoro. It wasn't a 1v1 sword fight. But Sanji coming up, bing, blocking the blade, fucking nailing him in the chin. We're not gonna cut you slack just because you're senile. This is a pirate's fight, you geezer. He's on fire because obviously, I wouldn't see why Sanji's not in Oh, never mind. No, I thought it was maybe Sanji's Ifrit Janbei form. But no. It is simply the the hybrid body of the Gorosei has gone into flames, and then the skeletal head comes out and chomps on Sanji, dude. But Sanji has insane durability now because of his Germa genes, so he can take that chomp for sure. Sanji! What's that? I confess that it's starting. Oimo, hold him down. Damn, Oimo and Kashi might be fucking killed, man. I don't know about that. They take on the horse. Dude, that's a horse fit for a giant. Think about that. Venus is as big as a fucking giant, bro. Oimo, hold him down. With pleasure, Kashi. I've committed 2 grave sins. Stella. Distorted future. What the heck? Is that Jewelry Bonnie? Give me a giantish future. Damn. Not Bonnie also. I mean, fuck, man. Who would have thought that Bonnie would have had Nika-ish abilities? Honestly. Who else would be able to just turn into a giant with their devil fruit? Like, not many people, man. Give me a giantish future. But she's, like, bigger, seemingly, than the giants. Damn, so Vegapunk's speech, again, in between action, just like we just saw the Lucci versus Luffy episode when he was talking about the devil fruits. Just these Vegapunk monologues in between some sick moments, man. I believe that I will soon be executed for my transgressions. So this message will be programmed to broadcast the second my heart stops beating. So we can assume, so that's interesting. If we're assuming that the Stella body is the real body, and that his heart did stop beating, it was indeed a kill switch, like we assumed, then that means, just like Mars said, it's interesting that he's still alive. It's the consciousness. Now, is it because he has the brain fruit that it's attached to his consciousness, or is it simply any devil fruit is attached to consciousness instead of the body? That's an interesting thing to think about. Subodhi, Archipelago. He can't be serious. Wait, does that mean he's already dead? Duval. It can't be. He was all over the papers just this morning. They said he had been held hostage by the Straw Hats. No, we got Caesar at the Germa Kingdom. I refuse to accept. You're lying, you bastard. You can't just die. We just teamed up so we can surpass you. Damn. We just teamed up so we can surpass you. That's true. The cover story with the Germa and Caesar was all about them teaming up, remembering Vegapunk being better than them. It's interesting though, him saying that he is dead. That's one of the first things he's saying. Hey, Morgan, hey. What's the big idea with this massive broadcast? Is he trying to kill print media? True. Even so, I want to make one thing clear, and I pray you understand this. Please, do not assume that the ones who strike me down are evil, regardless of who they seem to be. Damn. I want to make one thing clear, and I pray you understand. Do not assume the ones who strike me down are evil, regardless of who they seem to be. Now, is this simply a backup plan kind of thing? Because he doesn't know who's going to take him out. He can assume it's the government, which I think he would say, like, yeah, the government's kind of fucked, right? I mean, he's about to say stuff about the Void Century, so you would assume that that's a message he's going to say anyway. But let's assume that just pirates come and kill him. He would have had that switch anyway. Let's assume the Straw Hats are bad guys, and they just bum rush him. Maybe a traitor kills him. Something happens. I guess this is a good backup plan, that in case, like, it says Straw Hats kill Vegapunk in the papers or something, that he says, regardless of who kills me, don't assume they're evil. That's interesting. Because it could have been Bonnie, right? Bonnie was trying to get revenge. So maybe in the papers it would have said Bonnie killed him. And he doesn't want that to happen. But he would understand why. I do not intend to discuss right and wrong here. Yeah, leave us alone. I am not qualified to judge such things. and I do not know nearly enough about him in any case. Whoa, I'm not qualified to judge such things, and I do not know nearly enough about him in any case. Now, who is he speaking of? Is he assuming that they're going to blame Luffy? Or is he actually talking about Emu here? Is he saying Emu's not evil? Because that's an interesting take from Vegapunk, if that's what he's talking about. Vegapunk! We got Saturn climbing up to Nami and Usopp. And Chopper. Step aside! I have no time to deal with vermin like you! Are they going to stop Saturn? Damn, not Robin waking up, bro. Oh, of course! Saturn was the one speaking to Clover. Or, I mean, they probably all were. But he was definitely one of the voices. Not his demonic voice actually sounding like his normal human radio voice. That voice! Then it like fucking snaps her out of it. I see. That is quite an audacious hypothesis. You must be Nico Robin, the woman Akainu let slip through her fingers. That impotent fool. He's one of the 5 elders. Damn. I mean, yeah, they don't know. She's been down since before the Gorosei came in. Double page spread. What? What are you talking about? Zzz. Protect Robin. Chopper, you gonna do something? Ooh, everyone putting in work. Everyone putting in work. Love it. Love it. Love the Straw Hats, man. We gotta protect our own, of course. His fucking sharp-ass talon tentacle coming down. Nami, protect Robin! Chopper's on that. So we got what do we got? Nami diving with Robin in tow. Zeus getting in front of it. Chopper, fucking, not shield point, what the fuck's it called? Fur point. He hasn't used it in a while. Defense point, whatever. Fluffs up, gets in front of it. We got Brook doing some. We got Usopp doing some. I don't see really what they're doing, but they're doing some. Oh, Brook cuts one of the tentacles, and I'm seeing an explosion. I'm guessing that's from Usopp. So he's doing some kind of attack. We'll keep you safe no matter what. Move, you filthy insects. I'm sure what I'm about to say will be hard to accept. Some of you may think me a madman, or even an idiot. This is futile. There are far too many life forms in the vicinity of the laboratory. I cannot sense any unique telepathic waves. Oh. Who's saying that? Is that York saying that? No, I think he's saying that. I cannot sense any unique telepathic waves. So is he's looking for a Vegapunk wave? Is York a wave he's looking for? Because York is still in there. Think! If this keeps up, they won't let me be a celestial dragon. I'm a Vegapunk too. So where would I hide it? That said, it is still my duty to ensure that everyone is aware of this issue. I'm seeing a double page spread with big ass words. I didn't read the words, but I just saw that. And to me, that means big message. The first part of this message, it's right there. Let me scroll down. It is my duty to ensure that everyone is aware of this issue. I'm not looking. And they're telepathically whispering to each other. Perhaps we should consider destroying the power station to stop this. That is out of the question. The nearby Marines, ships, and equipment are the only thing we stand to lose in this blast. What would also be sacrificing our one and only means of replicating our success with the Mother Flame. I'll cut to the chase. Our world is going to sink into the ocean. I couldn't keep up the accent. That's a revelation I did not expect. That's a revelation I did not expect, dude. Our world is going to sink into the ocean. What? And then we just see a shot of mermaids. I'm kind of feeling a little jittery right now. A confession and a shocking prediction. I got 5 minutes left. I will go over this fucking chapter. A confession and a shocking prediction. A confession. Okay, I want 2 things. First, what the fuck? 3 things. What the fuck? Our world is going to sink into the ocean. As soon as I read that, I thought about Noah on Fishman Island. I thought about whatever, like, Enni's Lobby and Uranus possibly just did to Leloucha. Because what if they're just pushed down? What if it's not... we saw destruction, but, like, you know? What if it's just pushing land mass down? So that island is just, like, on the sea floor, in a sense. It's not, like, evaporating it. Because if it was nah. Like, it's crazy that the hole that Leloucha is now has, like, waterfalls around it. Like, it's not a whirl... Like, it's a hole, you know? Man. And then, like, the sun rays on Egghead when that's said. Alright. I just want to read first what Mars says. It continues to live after your death. Is this your true self, Vegapunk? Then again, what is death to something like this? Is your consciousness even housed here? Which is an interesting thing to say, because in a way, Mars is the one connecting life to consciousness. Right? What is death to something like this? A brain in a jar. The brain continues to live even though the body, the heart, has died. The heart, as an organ, its purest action, the main thing it does is bring oxygen to the brain for the brain to live. But if the brain can live on its own without the heart, then it's gonna live. Meaning life is consciousness, meaning devil fruits aren't connected to the body, but to the consciousness, which is I think that's a very interesting perspective. Because it was always like, you ate the devil fruit, if you died, it got taken and then it grew somewhere else. Mary with a little fucking stash, dude. Yeah, so that's interesting. Then we get a little bit of around the world. We get Mars being duped, actually thinking that Vegapunk or York was speaking to him in good faith. Even though York is clearly... I think York just doesn't have the information. Whatever these sins were, I feel like that disconnected some parts, or simply Vegapunk does not give all the information to the satellites, especially something as tricky as this, that it goes against the government. Then the Gorosei freaking out. There's a stalemate. They can't figure out how to turn off the broadcast. This isn't like Clover. This is going to be huge. We got Sanji versus Gandhi a little bit, but he gets bit. But it's like whatever it is crazy. This, like, whatever they are, it's not devil fruits, because they're big. They're turning in from like hybrid human directly into animal, while like there's still the human arms and body. Like it's just weird stuff is going on here. So they're clearly some kind of demonic forms, but we do have the giants taking them down. Now we got this message. Okay, let's read just the Vegapunk parts. Fine then, we'll get started without further ado. I confess that I've committed 2 grave sins. I believe that I will soon be executed for my transgressions, so this message will be programmed to broadcast the second my heart stops, which is what happened. I want to make one thing clear, and I pray you understand this. Please do not assume the ones who strike me down are evil, regardless of who they seem to be. I do not intend to discuss right and wrong here. I am not qualified to judge such things, and I do not know nearly enough about him in any case. And I think he's talking about Luffy. Although it's crazy, it'd be crazy if he was talking about Emu. What I'm about to say will be hard to accept. Some of you may think me a madman, or even an idiot. That said, it is still my duty to ensure that everyone is aware of this issue. I'll cut to the chase. Our world is going to sink into the ocean. A confession and a shocking prediction. So he's confessing that he has this knowledge, because I was wondering what the confession was. He's confessing that he has this knowledge, and it's a prediction because I'm guessing it's purely from his research that he knows is going to happen, but it may not be for sure. I can't wait for the theories from other YouTubers, because I'm not going to theorize about this. We'll just see where it goes. No break next week. My time is up, sadly, but I was not expecting that. And I cannot wait to see where Oda is going to take this. Peace out. See you guys next week. Bye.